Imagine going to bed feeling completely fine, yet waking up utterly transformed, unable to speak, to move an arm, or even to recognize the faces of your loved ones. For many over 60, this nightmare is closer than they think, potentially triggered by the very activities believed to keep them young and healthy. As a brain doctor with over 3 decades of experience treating the devastating aftermath of strokes, I can tell you that the most heartbreaking cases often don't stem from obvious culprits like poor diet or smoking. Instead, they arise from something far more insidious and unexpected, seemingly innocent, everyday movements and senior safe exercises that, when done incorrectly or at the wrong time, can silently strain your blood vessels, dangerously spike your blood pressure, and create the hidden clots that steal your future while you sleep. Today, we're going to expose 9 common movements that might unknowingly be putting your brain in serious jeopardy, even if you feel strong, active, and convinced you're doing everything right. Because what was once perfectly safe in your younger years can, in this stage of life, become unexpectedly hazardous. Pay close attention, because what you're about to discover could genuinely be the most vital health information you encounter all year. Information that truly has the power to save your independence or even your life. To ensure you never miss crucial health tips like these, consider connecting with us, and if you find these insights valuable, let us know by engaging below. One such movement, seemingly harmless and even beneficial, is toe touches and forward bends. This simple action of bending forward to stretch your back or legs, perhaps touching your toes before bed or merely picking up a laundry basket, is a motion you've performed for decades without a second thought. Yet, I've seen it quietly tip the brain toward a stroke, particularly in older adults. For younger individuals, the body readily adjusts to shifts in posture. However, after the age of 60, the vital sensors in your arteries that regulate blood flow to the brain, known as baroreceptors, become less sensitive. This means a quick bend can cause blood to rush away from your brain, and your body can't react swiftly enough to correct the flow. While you might feel a fleeting moment of lightheadedness, or perhaps nothing at all, something far more serious may be unfolding internally. When blood flow drops suddenly and repeatedly, as with multiple forward bends or toe touches, your brain becomes momentarily starved of oxygen. This doesn't always lead to fainting, but it creates conditions ripe for serious problems: thickened blood, slowed circulation, and in some instances, the silent formation of dangerous clots. When these tiny clots find their way into the delicate, narrowed arteries deep within your brain, the consequences can be profound. Speech loss, vision changes, balance issues, or even permanent paralysis. I'll never forget Mr. Edward Millstone, a 74-year-old retired history teacher from Nebraska. Edward was remarkably active, taking pride in his daily morning stretches, including 5 or 6 toe touches. One morning, after his usual routine, he felt a brief dizzy spell, which he quickly dismissed. Hours later, while gardening, he collapsed. He was conscious but unable to move his right arm or leg. Scans at the hospital revealed an ischemic stroke. A clot had blocked blood flow to the motor area of his brain. Our investigation linked it back to those toe touches. His aging vascular system simply couldn't handle the sudden postural shift, leading to sluggish blood and a quietly formed clot. Edward eventually regained the ability to walk with a cane, but his right hand never fully recovered. He lamented, "I thought stretching was saving me, but it nearly ended me." This underscores a crucial truth many seniors don't hear. It's not about stopping movement entirely, but understanding how your aging body's capabilities have changed. A bend that felt good at 40 could be dangerous at 70, especially if you're on blood pressure medication or wake up dehydrated, which is common for many seniors. If you must bend, do so slowly, breathe deeply, and consider performing tasks like putting on socks while seated. If dizziness occurs during these movements, stop immediately. It's not a minor inconvenience. It's your brain issuing a serious warning. The most dangerous strokes are not the sudden, dramatic ones, but those that quietly accumulate from routine motions performed too fast, too often, or for too long in a brain that's no longer 30. If a simple stretch can send your brain into crisis, consider the risk of inverted yoga poses where blood shifts directly into your skull. Many older adults embrace yoga as a path to graceful aging, promoting stretching, breathing, and calmness. While gentle yoga can be incredibly beneficial, certain inverted poses carry significant risks for the brain that most seniors are never warned about. I'm referring to poses like legs up the wall, downward dog, or even simple forward folds where the head drops below the heart. These positions, often marketed as relaxing, can cause a rapid and dangerous surge of blood flow towards the brain, especially in those over 60. When this increased pressure impacts aging blood vessels, which may already be stiff, inflamed, or weakened by years of high blood pressure or cholesterol, it can cause them to swell, rupture, or spasm. Our cerebral autoregulation system, the brain's natural pressure valve, becomes less efficient with age. While a younger body readily compensates for sudden position shifts, an older adult's brain may experience blood pooling and pressure spikes from just a few minutes of tilting the head downward, destabilizing oxygen flow. Combined with existing hypertension, an undiagnosed aneurysm, or certain blood pressure medications, the outcome can be catastrophic, potentially forming clots in the brain's most delicate regions. Mrs. Evelyn Thomas, a vibrant 74-year-old retired art teacher, is a case that still haunts me. She attended gentle yoga classes twice a week, loving the community and how it made her feel youthful. One morning, during a pose with legs against the wall and her head downward, she experienced a sharp pain behind her eyes. She shrugged it off, finished class, and rested at home. That night, her daughter found her confused and unable to speak, collapsed beside her bed. Scans at the hospital revealed a small hemorrhagic stroke in the back of her brain, a rare but devastating bleed, often triggered by a spike in cranial pressure. Her blood pressure medications, combined with the inverted pose, had created a perilous situation where vessel walls strained, blood pressure wildly fluctuated, and a clot formed and ruptured. Evelyn survived, but her left-sided vision is permanently blurred, and she struggles with speech, a poignant loss for a woman once known for her wit. The tragedy was entirely preventable. She was never warned that senior safe poses might not be safe given her medical history. Her instructor lacked geriatric-specific training. Age alters the rules. The arteries supplying your brain are no longer flexible hoses, but more like fragile garden hoses, susceptible to bursting or clogging from even slight pressure shifts. When blood pools in an unintended area or circulation slows in a compressed position, your body's natural attempt to form clots for protection can ironically become the very mechanism that robs you of your independence or even your life. So, if you practice yoga, inquire about your instructor's training in geriatric care, especially concerning cardiovascular or neurological conditions.